The WSAV CW Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week is brought to you by your Savannah and Low Country Honda dealers. Hit the road in the extremely versatile 2021 Honda HR-V, available now at your Savannah and Low Country Honda dealers. Both teams getting introduced here at Memorial Stadium. That BC student section gets rowdy, as you know, my friend.
Yeah, nobody travels better than the Benedictine faithful, especially that student section. They're well organized and they're pretty loud. They make their presence known at pretty much every sport, especially football.
Yeah, and actually before the game, we were over in the tailgate lot doing a report for WSAV, and the fans were loud, the cheerleaders were great. They bring the full contingent out in force. Well, let's take a look at our Savannah and Low Country Honda dealers coin toss. Your white hat official for this game is Mr. Ray Gabriel.
How we doing? There you go. Where you been at? Okay, guys, a couple things we're going to talk about, then we're ready to play some football. Congratulations on being captain tonight. I know you do a great job. If you have a problem with anything, just address the officials. Make sure during your timeout you put plenty of fluid in you, okay? If you feel a certain kind of way, let us know. Hey, Mr. Official, I don't feel good. We're going to stop the game and address the problem because your safety comes first, okay? Number 12, you're going to make the call. I want you to tell me what you're going to call so he can hear you. What you gonna call? Head. He said head. Everybody heard me? He said head with the call. Uh-oh, get that, Eric. That's not gonna count. I tell you what, we're gonna let it hit anyway. How about that? Let's let it hit anyway. He called heads. What we got, Eric? What we got, Eric?
We got tails.
We got tails. DC won the toss. You want to receive? Give me a goal. You like to defend, please? Defend. Put your back to it if you would. Would you would? Step in front of him, BC. Right here. Let's go ahead. Okay, guys. Let's get ready to play football. Good luck to everybody. Let's have fun, okay? Friday night football.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was your Honda coin toss. We actually got two coin tosses. One false start before the game started here.
Yeah, such an exciting game that even the coin toss is eventful.
Absolutely, and we are getting ready for the starting lineup introductions here, and when you get two programs as prestigious as Ware County and Benedictine, it's always a production. The Gators running through the smoke onto the field. Man, there's nothing better than that.
Yeah, real clean jerseys too. I like the smoke and everything. That's a pretty impressive run out for an away team.
No doubt about it. They have a full trailer actually parked out in the lot that they must have brought the sign in. They must have brought the smoke in. When Ware County travels, they travel strong, and they're in a region where they have to do it quite a bit with Warner Robins, with Coffee, and of course the Benedictine. Here come the Cadets. Benedictine always makes such great theater of their intros here at Memorial Stadium. Tonight, no different, as they prepare to hopefully, for them, move to 3-2, but standing in their way, a Gator with pom-poms in Ware County, the #2 team in Class 5A.
Yeah, it's finally here, Andrew. Seems like it's been a year since we've been circling this one, since they played basically a year ago today. And, I think both teams have been circling this one for a long time. I know the fans have.
Well, in that game, Thomas Castellanos put on a show, 12 carries, 72 yards, 3 touchdowns, adding on 231 passing yards and 2 touchdowns through the air. So Castellanos would certainly like a repeat of a year ago.
Yeah, I'll say. They have their sights set on something a little bigger than a regular season win, but this game means a lot to both sides, especially a guy like Castellanos.
Justin Thomas and Zaquan Bryan back deep for Benedictine. Justin Thomas, by the way, took a kickoff back to the house against Beaufort in week 2. So we'll see if Ware County wants to take the risk and kick it to him. Any final predictions before we get underway here? This is on air now.
I don't know if I want to make a prediction. I don't think either team wants me to pick them to win. I know that.
Well, here it comes. Opening kick of Ware County and Benedictine. Justin Thomas takes it, and that'll be a touchback. Bring it out to the 20 for Holden Gerner and the Benedictine offense.
Yeah, so you sort of negate what Justin Thomas can do if you have a kicker that can get you a touchback every time out.
Yeah, and Ware County's kicker, Henry Bates, one of the best in the country. We'll talk a little bit more about him later. For now, let's take a look at that BC offense. Seven passing touchdowns for Holden Gerner so far this year. Zaquan Bryan in there, Cam Edge, Justin Thomas, Lamont Mitchell. And then across the offensive line, you have a plethora of seniors for BC. So first down and 10 on the 20. The give here, picking up a couple yards, I believe it's Cam Edge, and we are off.
Curious to see what Benedictine's going to do. Obviously, the first drive is scripted plays, so I think this will tell us a lot about their game plan for tonight.
Second down and 5 as we take a look at the Savannah and Low Country Honda Dealers starting lineup. Trey Hargrove, the featured player on that D, as Benedictine completes a pass right around the first down marker, and it looks like they're going to give it to him. 5 defensive backs in the formation on the base Ware County D.
How about that, Andrew? The backup quarterback getting the first reception of the game?
Yeah, Luke Kromenhawk, usually the backup to Holden Gerner. They're starting him at wide receiver tonight. He picks up the first down. Benedictine in a hurry-up set here, and that is complete for about 9 yards to Justin Thomas.
Now, this is something BC does better than most high school teams. They're really, really good at no huddle, and that doesn't necessarily mean a breakneck speed, but they won't huddle up too often.
So call it second down and 1, and to your point, when I visited Benedictine for 15 teams in 15 days, they were practicing no huddle pretty much the entire time I was there. The pitch and immediately slammed down. Justin Thomas had that one, but having none of it for Ware County was the linebacker TJ Jones.
Pretty good job by BC up front so far. They're going to have to really, really play well for BC to move the ball against this defense.
Justin Thomas committed to Georgia. They're going to give him a first down. Committed to UGA for baseball, not football, incidentally enough, as that pass falls incomplete. They were going for Cam Edge.
Yeah, it looks like maybe a little bit of a miscommunication. I think Holden Gerner put that ball where he wanted to put it. He was expecting Cam Edge to sort of run into it.
So second down and 10. Holden Gerner, by the way, was at Penn State last week for the whiteout game, the Auburn versus Penn State showdown, attending as a Tiger commit. And second down, quick pass is to Thomas, and Thomas wrestled down after maybe a yard. Really nice play there by Jamario Barkley.
Yeah, really good play, a little drag route across the middle in front of the linebackers, and that's what Ware County is going to have to do against these guys. They're going to have to make the tackles once the ball is caught in front of them. Really just a 1-yard gain.
Barkley, 5'7", 165, but he plays a lot bigger than that. Third down and 9, and there's a flag. That's going to be a false start.
False start. Offense, 5 yards.
So here comes third down and 14 for the Cadets. Put that ball on their own 39-yard line. And this is what we were talking about in the pregame show. Mental mistakes, turnovers, drops, and penalties.
Yeah, really big play for BC coming up right here.
Ware County brings 3. Drops a bunch back. Gerner escapes the pocket. Fires incomplete.
Well, he had him open, scrambling out to the left. A little bit high. I think that play really was started by the defensive end for Ware County, creating pressure and forcing Gerner out to the left. 2 first downs for BC, but they got a punt.
Holden Gerner made a very nice play, throwing across his body to the near sideline, just a little bit high. But that's going to be a punt. I would, but just barely. 2 deep men back for Ware County. Alex Justice over on the right side of your screen, and the punt is away. And that's going to be a fair catch on the 22-yard line. Dakari Coachman taking it in. So round 1 goes to the Ware County defense. Flip the field, and let's see what Thomas Castellanos is able to do with 9:33 remaining here in the first quarter. Let's take a look at the Honda starting lineups. Committed to UCF, Castellanos is, but he's not the only weapon they got. Cartavius Norton, their senior running back, has been having a great season. And then along the offensive line, you got 1 senior, 3 juniors, and 1 sophomore. Castellanos, if you have not seen him before, ladies and gentlemen, his mobility is an absolute treat to watch.
Yeah, you're in for a treat if you haven't seen him. Go ahead and click that record button on the DVR.
First down and 10. Quick flare out to Norton. Norton puts his shoulder down. Norton runs through a tackle, still going, and he's down close to the 32-yard line, right near the marker.
A really, really tough run to start. That's interesting. BC started with 2 swing passes. Ware County does a similar play, their first play out, and they get a first down off of it.
Well, Cartavius Norton is a guy that Ware County didn't have for last year's game. He broke his collarbone, was unable to play. But this year, he's averaging more than 10 yards a carry for the Gators. Yeah. So first down and 10. Castellanos zips it to Norton again. Norton picks up about the 42-yard line. Call it a gain of 9.
So 2 plays, 2 first downs.
They're going to give him the first down, actually. I thought he was a yard short, but move those sticks. And all of a sudden, the Gators are progressing down the field with breakneck speed. Castellanos on the keeper. Castellanos up the gut of the defense, down at the 40-yard line of Benedictine. That's a gain of 16 and another Ware County first down.
Well, here we go. This is sort of what BC and this defensive staff were worried about all week long. They have got to keep Thomas Castellanos contained if they want to have a chance in this game.
And as the threat of Cartavius Norton grows,
yes,
and you have to sell out more and more to stop him, the easier things get for Castellanos. First down and 10. Quick flare out and immediately stopped. No sooner did Dakari Coachman catch that ball than 2 cadets were right on him.
That's right. Yet another quick pass from these 2 teams. Caught, but really, really good play. Immediately, I think that's number 4 flying in there.
That's Justin Thomas making the play.
I've heard of him.
Yeah. I think Justin has been a frequent presence on our highlights over the last 2 or 3 weeks. Second down and 10. Castellanos standing tall in the pocket, escaping, rolling, fires near the sideline.
Wow.
Are they going to give that a catch? Yes, they are. Excellent play complete to James Daniels.
Well, that was really, really good, I thought, by BC early in the play, but they let him break out of the pocket, and that's when those defensive backs for Benedictine are going to have a tough time containing the wide receivers if Castellanos can buy time like that.
Reception number 15 of the year for Mr. Daniels. First and 10 from the 30-yard line. The give is to Norton. Norton downhill inside the 25. Gain of about 6. Flag down on the far side of the field. We check that flag. What do you think that is? Could be holding?
Yeah, or maybe a legal formation. Looks like holding.
Yep, there's holding. You know, I'm 2 of 2 on penalties tonight. We'll see how long that lasts.
Well, you just jinxed yourself. No, we had a good thing going.
And by the way, check out that sky. Nothing prettier than a fall sunset over Memorial Stadium.
And it's not 100 degrees outside, so you know it's finally football season in Savannah.
Of course. You know, we're wearing slacks up here. Pretty soon, as we get later into the night, we're going to be getting into light pullover season.
Which is the best of seasons.
Exactly, and it doesn't last long enough, in my opinion. Ball on the 39-yard line for Ware County. Castellanos drops back, airs it out deep for Coachman, incomplete. And that's going to be a late flag. Luke Kromenhawk was back there in the secondary, and I think they're going to say the hand got in early.
I think they're going to say that too, but has Luke Kromenhawk been everywhere to start this game? He's making plays as a receiver, defensive back.
Well, let's take another look. It, quite frankly, doesn't look like he got there late to me. I think he made a good play.
Pass interference. Defense.
Let's watch it. Is it the left arm a little early? Oh.
That's a tough call. Or excuse me, that was not Cromenhawk. That was Zaquan Bryan. Cromenhawk came over late.
And the referee standing right over that play signals incomplete. He keeps the flag in his pocket, and then the man in the back center of the end zone throws the flag to the corner. That's a tough break if you're BC. I'm not sure about that one.
So Gators have it on the BC 23-yard line. 3 wideouts in the formation. And Norton is the running back. The pitch to Norton, and he is stacked up. Justin Thomas made first contact.
Really, really good play by forward Justin Thomas here. Wrapped him up, contained him, and turned it back inside and made the play.
And Thomas gets so much press for his offensive exploits, as is deserved, honestly. But he is not afraid, even at just 175 pounds, to square up and take on a guy that comes in at 210.
I think it's 2nd and short here for Ware County. If you're BC, careful of the play action here. You assume if you don't get it here, if you're Ware County, that you could get it on 3rd and short if you don't complete a play action pass.
6.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. 2nd down and 2 for Ware County. The give to Norton. Norton has a wide open lane to the end zone, but there's a flag down in the backfield. And the near referee is signaling holding on Ware County. So it looks like we're going to wipe that touchdown off the board.
Holding on the offense.
And it was an excellently blocked play, but I guess now we know why it was so excellently blocked. So back him up to the 32-yard line. Gators will have about 2nd and 12. Gators making a couple of substitutions here. Ramsey Connor coming in at tight end. DeJuan Dennis takes a seat.
I think it was Matt Cromenhawk that got held for BC on that play.
Matt Cromenhawk, one of the best defensive players on this BC team.
Yep.
Gerner was raving about his instincts in preseason
He's
camp.
down here at the bottom for BC, on the bottom of the defensive line.
2nd and 12. Castellanos rolling out. Castellanos trying to shake and bake, ended up tripping himself up. He'll get maybe a yard. That brings up 3rd and 11 for Ware County.
Guess who? Cromenhawk off of the right edge from the right DN position forces Castellanos to roll right, and BC contains him. 3rd and long now.
And by the way, one milestone for Castellanos that he picked up earlier in this drive that I want to recognize. He needed only 9 yards coming into the game to hit 3,000 rushing for his career.
Wow.
He picked that up just a couple minutes ago. 3rd and long. Castellanos slings it incomplete. Excellent instinct play by Luke Cromenhawk.
Really, really good play. I mean, I'm shocked that Cromenhawk has been so involved in this game so early. Both of them, really, both Cromenhawk brothers.
Let's take another look on the Savannah and Low Country Honda Dealers replay. Excellent break on the ball here. It's thrown a little bit low. He was going for James Daniels, and it looks like they're going to go for it. 4th down and 12. Castellanos escapes the pocket. He's going to run with it. Castellanos has the first down, and he is close to the goal line. Call him down at about the 2-yard line. A 30-yard run for Thomas Castellanos. What a play.
Boy, what an incredible play from Castellanos here. This is the kind of thing we're talking about. When you have a star at the quarterback position at the high school level, they can win moments for you and at some point win a game for you, and that's what Castellanos just made this play on his own.
Wilkes Albert looked like he had him for a second, and Castellanos just got out of dodge. Here's Castellanos on the QB keeper, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Ware County. Thomas Castellanos on the board with TD number 1, and the Gators take an early 6-0 lead with 5:08 remaining in the first quarter. So as far as playing Benedictine is concerned, Thomas Castellanos is picking up right where he left the bookmark last year.
Yeah, and you know, BC had moments and chances to force that drive to end, but Ware County gets it in to start.
The extra point is up, and it is good from Henry Bates. So we go to a break with Ware County leading 7-0 with about 5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. WSAV CW Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week is brought to you by your Savannah and Low Country Honda dealers. Looking to buy a new Honda? See the full lineup at SavannahLowCountry.HondaDealers.com. Welcome back to Memorial Stadium, where BC has to generate some kind of answer to what Thomas Castellanos and Ware County just did. On 4th down and 12, Castellanos busts off nearly a 30-yard run and sets up himself for the game's first touchdown. And that's going to be another touchback. Henry Bates, an excellent kicker for Ware County. He is a legitimate D1 prospect, not the only one on this Gator team.
And look, that's not the only way that BC can generate big plays, but that's one of the facets that they really, really are good at, is that special teams game and hitting big plays from there. It seems to me like BC is going to start from the 20 all night long.
Yeah, more than 3/4 of Bates' kicks for this entire season have been touchbacks.
Such
which
a weapon.
At the high school level, geez, you'd be lucky to get that at the college level.
And it saves you. You don't really have to practice kick return defense if you can kick it in the touch or in the end zone.
1st down and 10. Flea flicker. It's a flea flicker. Gerner going deep, incomplete. Okay, that was incomplete, but I love the energy.
Yeah, a little trickery. Maybe that's the last one left over from the first drive of the scripted plays. I think ideally the first option here was going to be Justin Thomas, number 4 in the slot. But I think both safeties for Ware County didn't bite on it. So Gerner had to try to hit Zaquan Bryant. Pretty good by Ware.
Zaquan Bryant has some prolific offers. Coastal Carolina, Central Michigan. Wouldn't be surprised to see him make some plays, as there's Gerner complete to Luke Kromenhoek. So reception number 2 on the day for a guy listed as a quarterback on the depth chart.
Yeah, 3rd and short now, and Benedictine, it looks like they're having some success passing the ball early. They can't get away from the run game, Andrew, and they have a habit of doing that at times. Ware County's not sacking the box against them.
3rd down and 3. Kromenhoek isolated on the bottom of the screen against Josiah Davis. Gerner slings it across the middle, complete to Thomas, and there's a flag down. If it stands, Justin Thomas has a 1st down out to about the 48-yard line, but I tend to doubt it from the way Benedictine has reacted to that flag.
Maybe a false start or formation.
Well, it's a nice pitch and catch. Holden Gerner working those rhythm routes very well early.
Illegal block, chop block. On the offense, 15-yard penalty.
So that is a 15-yard penalty for a chop block on Benedictine.
That's unfortunate because that play was schemed up really, really well. They sent Cam Edge in motion on one of those quick out routes that they set up in the first drive and then found Justin Thomas right over the middle. It looks like that's what BC is going to try to do, is get Justin Thomas matched up with these linebackers.
And a linebacker covering Justin Thomas, that's a game over type of matchup.
Yeah, not
if
ideal.
you can scheme it. So walk Benedictine all the way back to about 3rd and 17.
Boy, what did we say at the top? You can't beat yourself when you play.
Yeah, when you get behind schedule.
Yeah, when you get behind, especially against teams like Ware County.
Well, after Benedictine's 0-2 start, head coach Danny Britt said, "We're just not a very good football team right now, and that is on me." And they had a team meeting right after that Buford game, and this is the kind of thing they talked about. 3rd down, 17, incomplete. Laid it up there for Justin Thomas. If he managed to corral that, Dwayne Burton was coming to deliver a big hit.
We got another flag.
So another flag down on the field. Oh, this one's going against Ware County, it looks like.
15, we got an automatic.
I think it's automatic. Personal foul.
If it's 15, they're looking at Trayvon Cobb, the sophomore defensive back. Let's see if we can see it on the replay. Doesn't look untoward from the overhead angle. Could be a roughing the passer penalty.
Yeah, that's what it looks like on the back end, roughing the passer. Now look, that's going to go BC's way because of the penalty, but Justin Thomas is open across the middle and Gerner misses him. Let's see if BC, with this second life on this drive, can make something happen.
And look, even if Gerner could have put that a little bit lower, you're going to get your wide receiver hit badly if you lead him in like that.
Fair enough.
First down and 10. Gerner looking deep, settles for a Cam Edge completion across the middle, working that long over route. And Edge is down to about midfield.
Let's see if BC wants to go hurry up here. Throw behind number 2, Cam Edge, but Edge makes an incredible play adjusting to the ball here.
Excellent job by the Benedictine offensive line, giving Gerner plenty of time on that one.
Yep.
First down on the 50. Cam Edge, the motion man. Gerner looks for him and finds him. Here's Edge out across the 40-yard line down to about the 38. Another Benedictine first down. Cam Edge, the 5'10 senior. He's the slot wide receiver, and they love to put him in motion.
Yeah, they like to use him all over the field. And right now, Benedictine is A-OK passing the ball on pretty much every down.
Edge had 20 receptions coming into this game, 12 of them against Buford. He had a big one in that South Carolina matchup. And now here's a deep ball, almost intercepted. He was going for Zaquan Bryan, and Josiah Davis had a beat on it.
And I think Benedictine's okay with moments like this. First down from the middle of the field, you have to continue to go to guys like Zaquan Bryan. Even if it doesn't end up in a completion, you're opening up a lot of the rest of the field. Those shots have got to be taken at points in time.
Josiah Davis used to play wide receiver, so you don't see drops like that from him very often. Now here's Justin Thomas on the give, second down. Picks up a little more than half the necessary yardage. We'll wait for the mark, but looks like about third down and 5.
Yeah, and again, look, when BC is pretty much, they're having success running the ball and throwing the ball. They just got to stay out of their own way. This is a big moment here at 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6.
7-0 Ware County, 2.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Andrew Goldstein, Travis Jadon on the call. Third down, Gerner to the far side, complete to Zaquan Bryan, twisting around, trying to get the first down. Refs are going to say he has it.
His first catch of the night, and it comes at a big, big moment. It's no secret when Gerner and the Cadets are faced with third downs, and when they need a first down, they're going to go to one, Bryan and number 4, Justin Thomas. Fresh out of downs again. Really good drive so far.
This drive has lasted over 4 minutes, and every minute you can possess the ball is a minute you can keep Castellanos off the field.
Here we go.
Uh-oh, a double reverse pass. This one down to the 2-yard line. It's Cromanhawk finding Cam Edge.
Boy, Danny Britt, A.J. DePhillips, the coaching staff for BC, they're probably tickled to death right now because they've been setting that up the entire first quarter with Cromanhawk playing receiver on the bottom.
Trevor Coleman in his 4th season as the offensive coordinator. He loved that one. He's probably been saving that for a bit. And they're going to say that Benedictine did not get in second down from about the 1-inch line.
Well, I think Ware County is grateful that Benedictine can no longer get a first down because it seems like they got 25 first downs on this drive alone.
Justin Thomas, the halfback. Gerner keeps it, and Gerner is in.
What an answer.
Fire the cannons for Benedictine. The Cadets are on the board. At 1 minute, 32 seconds remaining in the first quarter, we're about to have a tie game pending the extra point.
Yeah, a couple of trick plays to start. I think it was the flea flicker to start the drive, and the double reverse pass pretty much was the big play on the drive. Little trickery from BC, and they answer Ware County in a big, big way.
Well, they may have used trickery to get down there, but nothing complicated to actually punch it in. Just run it behind your senior, Niall Riemann. Extra point is good. So it's 7-7. And we know what cereal Mr. Coleman has been eating over on the sideline for Benedictine. It's tricks.
Andrew,
when you work with me, you get the puns. That's part of the deal here.
I need those to keep me honest throughout the game, though. I appreciate that. I'm very, very impressed by both sides so far. 2 heavyweight punchers have both kind of thrown their shot early. Now we'll start to settle in, I think.
Well, we're already ahead of where we were at this point last year. It was 33-7 at halftime, but the game pretty much wrapped up down in the Okefenokee by the time the teams came back out for the second half. It doesn't look like that's the way it's going to go tonight.
That's why it's so important for Benedictine to answer that drive like they did just now. You don't want to let this thing get away, and not that 14 points, 17 points is letting it get away where you can't come back, but you kind of want to keep Castellanos in this offense within arm's distance so you can have a chance at taking the lead and then, running the clock in the second half.
Now the next thing you need is a defensive stop, and that's something Benedictine has struggled with against good teams this year.
Yeah. Without the penalties, they'd be just fine defensively.
Hudson Grove set up to take the kick.
Let's see how Benedictine wants to do this special teams-wise.
Well, Benedictine has used 2 kickers predominantly over the course of the year. Hudson Grove, the junior, on kickoffs, and the fellow junior Asher Sigmund on extra points and field goals, to the extent that Benedictine's even kicked field goals,
right?
Which is not often.
We'll see. I don't know if he has the leg for touchbacks.
Well, Coachman is back there for Ware County. Let's see what kind of return they can get out of this. Ball fielded at about the 9-yard line. And they'll get the ball at roughly the 30.
And so that kind of, it's just 10 yards difference, but over 8, 10, 12 drives in a ball game, that's going to matter. BC is going to be starting from their own 20. And, roughly 10 or 9 yards difference to start. 9 yards of drives is a big deal.
Yeah, and not like Thomas Castellanos needs things made any easier for him.
I mean, am I overstating that? You think it's a...
No, that is a big deal. Particularly when Castellanos can go off at any time and get a first down with his legs.
Yep.
As Coach Jason Strickland said, Castellanos is the ultimate film junkie. As he airs one out here, he's got Coachman and just overthrew him. Man, he had Dakari Coachman open, nobody around him, and just put it a few yards too long.
Yeah, he unleashed it, missed him by just a little bit. Right? Cromenhawk was closing as the safety.
Yeah, well, I was talking about Castellanos being a film junkie. Strickland said that he watches film of the game he just did on the bus ride back. He doesn't want to even take a break from football, and I imagine he'll be watching that pass as one he might want to have back. As Norton gets run out of bounds for a loss of about 1.
I don't know about watching it immediately after the game. He's got to get Netflix or something, have a little time off. It can't just be film, right?
Well, Castellanos is a student of the game, and he's showing that here early on as Ware County gets backed up to about 3rd down and 12. Probably 3rd and about 1 3/4 if we want to be exact. Cartavius Norton, their star running back, left the game after that last play, went to the sidelines.
Could be a big shift for BC.
So now Garrett Griffin is in at running back. 3rd down and 12. Castellanos moving to his left. Castellanos gets out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. Close to the marker. I think he's a yard short from this vantage point.
I'm guessing we got another flag here on the far sideline by the down marker. And that one being right on the sideline, way away from the play.
Yeah, the far referee.
Illegal procedure.
Well, that's interesting.
Offense, 5-yard penalty, repeat it down.
So back them up. Some key penalties influencing the game script for both Ware County and Benedictine early.
That was interesting. At the back end of that play, when Castellanos is running towards the sideline, he starts to sort of high-step it as if he was high-stepping into the end zone. Then it gets called back for, a penalty. Not the best
maybe
one.
He was trying to get the defender to dive at him and make a move.
Maybe.
Well, I played a lot of Madden, but I don't know which button the high-step button is. I think these days that's called the Deion Sanders expansion pack. You have to pay $10 for that.
Right. You'll probably get charged for just saying that.
3rd down and 17. 3 wide receivers to Castellanos' left. He's got time, flings it across the middle, complete, but taken down well short of the sticks. He found James Daniels, but there to lay the lumber was the senior safety, Ben Hollerbach.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting adjustment by Benedictine early on. It's almost like you don't want to get pressure on Castellanos because then he'll scramble, whereas if you give him all day, he's going to try to pass it.
So that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. Tie game 7-7. We'll be back with the second right here on the WSAV CW Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week. WSAV Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week is brought to you by your Savannah and Low Country Honda dealers. The all-new 2022 Honda Civic boosts fun like no other. See your local Honda dealer to learn more. Beautiful shot of downtown Savannah there, and an equally beautiful shot of Memorial Stadium here as one of Savannah's premier teams tries to defend their house against one of the best opponents they'll play all year. 7-7 tie as we get the second quarter started here at Memorial. Ware County is punting the ball away. Benedictine comes out in punt block formation. Justin Thomas, the deep man. And that's going to be returned here. And that's going to be out to about the 45-yard line. So good starting field position for the Cadets. And Travis, you were talking about how they couldn't get that field position advantage on kickoffs. Well, if you can't get it on the kick, maybe you can get it on the punt.
Yeah, that's one way to get it, is to make them punt the ball instead of kicking it off. Really football guy term for you, Andrew. If you don't let them kick the ball off, that means they're not scoring a lot. So.
And that is a sound piece of logic for all of you fans out there. First and 10 on the 45. 4 wide receivers in the formation. The motion man is Thomas. Gerner looking to Zaquan Bryan for a little bubble screen. And Bryan picks up roughly 6 yards.
That's a staple for Benedictine. It always has been under Danny Britt. They want to start drives with an almost guaranteed completion or a guaranteed positive play. Then they can get the wheels turning on this no-huddle offense.
So second down and 3. And busting up the middle for a first down is Lamont Mitchell. Lamont Mitchell only has 17 carries on the year before that one, but he makes an impact there. First down, Benedictine to the 34-yard line.
All those swing passes and sideline-to-sideline stuff can open up the middle. They're having success running the ball.
Gerner looks towards Bryan and finds him. Zaquan Bryan down to the 23-yard line. And look, if you keep giving those BC wide receivers cushions, Gerner will take that all day.
Yeah, Gerner is really, really good at sort of knowing where he can find a guaranteed completion. And to be honest, number one, if you're throwing to Zaquan Bryan, it's basically a guaranteed completion.
Gerner escaping the pocket, keeping his eyes downfield. Fires!
Got him again.
And that is going to be caught. Look at that. Zaquan Bryan doing legwork on this drive.
So Class 4A's leading receiver in terms of receptions from last season, Zaquan Bryan already has several receptions tonight, and Gerner's going to him a lot on this drive.
Marquand Washington applying the pressure. Excellent play by Gerner to get out of there. Second down and 1 for BC, and that's going to be a false start. It looked like Cam Edge may have jumped.
On the offense, 5-yard penalty, repeat it down.
And by the way, excellent play by Bryan, knowing that he was going to take the hit, because if he didn't sort of stick his neck out there and get that ball, it looked like Dwayne Burton had a chance at an interception for Ware County.
Yeah, and I would say, you got to be brave if you're Gerner to make that throw, but they have such a rapport together that I think he knows he's going to go get that kind of ball.
Mitchell in the backfield for BC. Thomas in motion. Gerner fires and dropped by Edge. Cam Edge had that one for a first down right in his mitts. Instead, it'll be 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, if you're number 2, I don't think you want to be seeing head coach Danny Britt anytime soon. That's a false start on the previous play and a drop here. But look, still very manageable if you're BC.
Well, Cam Edge also a shortstop on the baseball team.
Yeah.
So many of these football players also standouts on the diamond. 3rd down for BC. Gerner takes off. Gerner gives up his body and gets the first down. Well, Thomas Castellanos is usually known as the running quarterback. Holden Gerner flips the whole darn script on him.
He said, I'll show you guys. I'm the dual threat quarterback here.
That is a look at me, I am the captain now from Holden Gerner moment. Down to the 9-yard line, 1st and goal. And that is Justin Thomas getting not much of anywhere.
Yeah, curious play call there. 1st and goal, 5 wide.
Trey Hargrove making the tackle. Hargrove, by the way, recently toured Clemson. He's getting D1 interest. So we talked about who might step up and replace Mincy. Hargrove is as good a candidate as any for Ware County. 2nd down, play action. Gerner fires end zone. Caught, touchdown. Cam Edge, welcome to the party. Your first receiving touchdown of the year.
Making do for that false start earlier in the drive. Cam Edge, senior to senior. BC's got a lead here. I'm not sure they led all game last year.
Let's take another look on the Savannah and Low Country Honda Dealers replay. Holden Gerner, unblock Cam Edge in your phone. He's in the end zone.
Boy, really, really good sequence right there for BC to get the stop, drive the length of the field, and answer with a touchdown and an extra point.
So fire that cannon once again. The Benedictine Cadets now in control of this game, leading 14-7, 9:39 remaining in the 2nd quarter. And Holden Gerner now has a passing touchdown and a rushing touchdown to his credit.
So good things happen when Benedictine gets that run game going. This is a really good throw here. Threw it low on purpose.
Yeah, let's take another look on the Savannah and Low Country Honda Dealer replay. Gerner saw the corner closing. Dwayne Burden had a beat on it. So like you said, put that ball low where only your wide receiver can get it. That's what separates a good quarterback from one that's going to Auburn.
Yeah, and you know, to go back to a guy like Cam Edge, that's the kind of guys that when they make plays like that, it just opens up everything else for Brian and Thomas.
Yeah, that's an excellent point, because the problem so far has not been with Justin Thomas or Zaquan Bryan. It's can you get those guys further down the depth chart to make plays? Now we've seen Cam Edge do it. We've seen Luke Cromenhawk at the wide receiver position. We've seen a couple of nice runs from Lamont Mitchell. Everybody in BC's offense is getting involved tonight.
Now I'm curious, how often has Thomas Castellanos been down in a football game in the last 2 years? It can't be long at all.
Well, I will say that it might be more often than you think, because that Ware County region is sort of the group of death. I want to talk about it a little bit after this kickoff. Now down to about the 19-yard line is KJ Baker. Yeah, you want a tough region? Try getting Ware County's gauntlet. Coffee, Warner Robins, veterans, all teams that are mainstays in the top 5 of Class 5A.
Yeah, and you know, these two teams are matching up against each other because both coaches want to test themselves in the non-region, but they want to do so for different reasons, because Benedictine's not going to have such a gauntlet inside of 3-4A and Region 3-4A.
Benedictine's going to have teams like Islands, Jenkins, but New Hampstead, by the way, not a pushover by any stretch of the imagination. And that's going to be a flag and a likely false start on Ware County. I can still smell the smoke from the grills across the street even now. I think it's the smoke from the cannon, too. Something about that nice tailgate smoke smell in football that just goes together, you know?
Yeah.
We wait on this call. So Ray Gabriel calls false start, back Ware County up 5 yards. And so often Thomas Castellanos has had to operate from beyond the original line of scrimmage tonight.
And let's see how Ware County wants to start this drive. If they want to, if that affects what play they call.
Cartavius Norton back in the game. Norton bounces off one tackle, bounces off a second, and he is going to be wrestled down in the backfield. There's a flag down. They're going to call forward progress. Let's check that flag. And Cartavius Norton with a hard piece of running.
Norton's a bowling ball, man. This guy bounces off of tackles. Fortunately, it's going to come back for Ware County.
Yeah, so let's take another look. He had a couple guys with leverage on him. Jacoby Gadsden had a shot. But Norton, as he so often does, just refused to go down.
See if Danny Brett wants to, it looks like he's going to accept the penalty.
Block in the back.
Should be half the distance.
So that's going to be a block in the back.
So it's half the distance.
Half the distance to the goal, and repeat that first down. Of course, since the run was for a loss, there was always the chance that Danny Britt said, you know what, we'll take the down instead of the yardage. But it turns out he's going to accept the yardage instead, it seems like.
And I think he was really considering declining it. Danny Britt was, which you wouldn't normally do, but yeah, that's not the back.
Yeah, that's first down and 19. Ball placed on the 9. And when you get to this point in the playbook, this is where you look at your star quarterback and say, all right, just make a play. Castellanos looking downfield, complete. Taken down by Gadsden. Really nice pitch and catch there. That'll get Ware County down to about the 25-yard line. Let's take another look at the Savannah and Low Country Honda Dealers replay.
Looks like Bryce Baker, the sophomore linebacker, 33 for BC, got lost in coverage there. I mean, that's a tough ask for the linebacker to keep up with the receiver.
Brandon Washington on the reception. So we go from about 1st and 20 to 2nd down and 3, although not for long, it looks like.
Photo play.
False start.
Another false start on Ware, so 3rd penalty in just this drive for the Gators.
It doesn't look like Ware County is doing a bunch of hard counts and difficult pre-snap formations. I'm not sure what the false start problems.
Yeah, maybe you'd understand it if they were operating out of no huddle and really trying to get the play expedited, but this looks to be pretty standard stuff. The give here is to Norton. Excellent cut by Cartavius Norton down to the 40-yard line on a dime. Cartavius Norton calls himself the most slept-on running back in his class, and runs like that are doing nothing to disprove that mantra.
I like that, playing the underdog role.
Norton averaging
this is another
more than 11 yards a carry, but it won't matter with all these flags. It looks like another false start on the Gators.
Well, I think it's safe to say this is not sustainable for Ware County. They're going to have to come up with something else. Castellanos does that pre-snap clap, and he's doing it once. And
I wonder if the crowd noise is influencing him.
That'd be a nice storyline.
Because the Benedictine student section is right on top of him, right at his back, and that's another whistle and another false start.
You ever seen anything like this? Is like,
yeah, just last night actually.
Yeah, that's true. I think 38.
Liberty County
penalties.
and Johnson had 38 combined penalties. I didn't think we'd see that this game.
Illegal procedure.
And sometimes it's an illegal procedure there on the Gators. Sometimes we get caught, and I'm guilty of this too, get caught up in sort of asking the refs maybe to keep these flags in your pockets, but these are all mandatory calls, it seems like, on both sides. But right now in this drive, Ware County, the only thing that can stop them is themselves.
First down and 20 for the Gators. Castellanos looking to his left, fires middle, incomplete. He threw it high for James Daniels.
A rocket there from Castellanos, bounces through the hands of Daniels. But he was open again, in the soft spot of that zone, behind the linebackers in front of the safeties.
Let's take another look at the Savannah and Low Country Honda Dealers replay. And on tape, most of the success that they've had throwing to Daniels has been on 2 routes, bubble screens and corner routes, kind of 10 yards, then cut towards the sideline. So that's an unusual route for him to be running. Second down and 20. Dump off to Washington, and Washington is going to be driven out of bounds after a couple.
Yeah, good job by, I think, 13, Holden Sapp for BC.
It's the first time we've called Holden Sapp's name tonight, but he is the leader on this BC defense, committed to Army.
Yeah, and at the risk of sounding cliche, this guy does a lot more than what shows up in the stats. He's getting everybody in the right spot on that defense, and he's sort of the anchor.
Third down and 14. 2 deep safeties for Benedictine.
Looks like Cromanhawk's going to come out in coverage right here. BC rushes 3.
BC showing blitz.
Here he comes.
And here they come with it. Castellanos dodges one, dodges two, throws his head in there. Are they going to give him the first down? It looks like they will.
That's a heck of a
excellent play by Thomas Castellanos. Bearing down on Castellanos from the edge was Matt Kromenhoek. And Kromenhoek sort of leveled out his rush a bit too soon. Castellanos took advantage of it.
4th and short here from midfield. It looks like what a play from Castellanos. You know, again, it's almost a catch-22 if you're getting pressure on him.
Wow, they don't give him the first down. They give him 4th and...
measurement maybe coming up?
4th and about as short as they could give it without actually moving the sticks. You see how close together that yardage marker and the 4 is on the far sideline.
It did seem, I don't know if we're going to get a replay here, but it did seem like a generous spot for Ware County. I thought he was down closer to the 49 than the 50. We'll see, though.
They are going to bring out the chains. Let's take another look at this one.
So
the 49 and 3/4 line is roughly what he needed for that first down.
Yeah.
And it looks like he was down about half a yard short, and forward momentum carried him the rest of the way. Well, the refs are going to give it to him.
Look, and if you're BC, you can't complain about a spot after you give up a 20-yard scramble on, you know, third and 20. So they know they got to do better at containing them, but you know that's a tall order.
Exactly. It's the kind of situation where, look, maybe it was a favorable spot, but there's no reason it should have been in the ref's hands to begin with.
It's so hard to tell a defensive lineman to not pursue the quarterback, you know, and instead to contain him in the pocket. But that's what BC's going to have to do if they want to limit these scrambles.
4 wideouts in the formation for Castellanos. Standing in the pocket, firing middle, complete. Washington to the 33-yard line. And Brandon Washington has been getting good looks early for Ware County.
And so part of the way that BC is going to try to keep Castellanos in the pocket is by playing the zone with those cornerbacks. But when you play the zone, you become susceptible to those soft spots, and he found it.
Excellent blocking from Carter Barnes, the senior offensive lineman. The give here is to Norton. Norton still up. Norton dragged down with one man to beat, but he's still inside the 20.
Tough run by number 5. Missed tackle after missed tackle for BC.
Let's count them up, shall we? We got 1. We got 2. I'll call that a half. That's 2.5. And there's 3. Man, if Jacoby Gadsden didn't catch him, Norton was going in for 6.
Yeah.
Ware County down to about the 5-yard line. Taking a seat on the Ware County bench is Jarvis Hayes. So the Gators will come out with just 1 wideout. Ball on the ground. Castellanos has to cover it up. So that'll set him back a couple.
And I don't know, it looked like a pretty good snap here. I think Castellanos just lifts his head and starts to look at the defense before catching the ball.
Loss of 6 for the Gators. 14-7 Benedictine as we approach the 4-minute, 45-second mark of the second quarter. Andrew Goldstein, Travis Jadon on the call for the crown jewel of the non-con schedule.
Here we go with Ware County. They've lined up in this trio look with their wide receivers, 3 wide receivers at the top.
Castellanos looking over the middle, touchdown! Converting with ease to Dakari Coachman. Dakari Coachman with his 2nd receiving touchdown of the year, and the Gators are on the verge of tying it up.
Yeah, really good answer from Ware County. Castellanos knows where he's going with this ball before it's even snapped. Not bad coverage either if you're BC. And, you know, I don't know that there's much you could have done to stop that one.
Well, Dakari Coachman said before the season that he was going to have an electric year. Electric enough for you? Point after good by Henry Bates. So with 4:24 remaining in the second quarter, we are tied at 14, and we're going to step aside for just a couple minutes here on the WSAV CW Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week. This segment of the WSAV CW Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week is brought to you by your Savannah and Low Country Honda dealers. No adventure is too big. For the Honda lineup of SUVs, see the rugged 2022 Pilot at your local Savannah and Low Country Honda dealer. Back here at Memorial Stadium, where we have quite an interesting game on our hands. I'd like to remind you, it was 33-7 at halftime down in Waycross for this matchup last year. New year, new story, huh, Travis?
Yeah, is this game any good? How can people not like football? I just don't understand it. This is exciting and really good for the fans.
Well, I told people before the game that if they're not watching the CW or not at this game, I don't want to talk to them. And you know what? I was not lying, because how could you ever miss this? Three kickoffs, 3 touchbacks for Mr. Bates. Benedictine starting at the 20.
And look, I don't know if I'm beating a dead horse, Andrew, but I just wanted to close out that last drive real quick from Ware County. That's the kind of drive that BC defensively the last 2 seasons, that it's really killed them. When a team like Ware County has 5 penalties in a drive and they're 3rd and 20 from their own 20-ish, you can't allow them to score a touchdown on that drive. I mean, they did almost everything wrong and still came away with 7 points. So they're going to have to clean it up.
Ware County had a plethora of penalties on that drive, but BC with a few coverage lapses to let them back into it. And now here's another flag. We'll hear from the 3rd member of our broadcast team, Ray Gabriel.
That flag was thrown by Mr. Gabriel a little half-heartedly. It's almost like he was like, I got to keep throwing this thing again.
Well, Gerner committed to Auburn, but he had quite the impressive offer sheet. LSU, Michigan State, Tennessee, Florida State. Seems like half the Power 5 conferences wanted this kid. And an excellent run here. Tough piece of running by Lamont Mitchell. And Mitchell will get back almost to the original line of scrimmage.
Right. So it kind of gets you back, inside the chains at least. 2nd and long here, which BC hasn't been forced to deal with too often this game.
2nd down and 10. Gerner fires over the middle, complete. Excellent pitch and catch there. Looks like that's Cromenhawk.
They told us this guy was a backup quarterback, and he's everywhere right now. Really good throw, really good catch from 1-7 for Benedictine.
Well, Cromenhawk's a quarterback, a wide receiver, and a defensive back. Thomas Castellanos, when he played youth football, was a running back, a wide receiver, a safety. These are not just quarterbacks. These are all-around athletes, folks.
And Ware County's got athletes as well. Zaquan Bryan is going to force those athletes to make tackles like he just did. Really good job for Ware closing on that play. It looks like
the senior linebacker, Montarius Howard.
Looks like Bryan was going to have a lot of running room there, and it really, really closed quickly.
One of the things I have in my notes for Howard is good lateral agility, and he just showed that off. That pass falls incomplete.
So
Gerner looked like he had a man open. It was his tight end, Jamel Maynard. So make it 3rd down and 5 for the Cadets. 3:13 remaining in the second quarter.
hit him in the hands, but that ball was thrown behind Maynard. Let's see where Gerner goes with this one.
Well, Maynard just went to the sidelines, and in for him is Kromenhawk. Lamont Mitchell now split out wide. 5 wide receivers in the formation. Excellent pitch and catch from Gerner to Kromenhawk. First down, Benedictine at about the 49-yard line.
BC is going to, have success with this all game long if the Ware County corners can't close quicker than that. I mean, this is just a simple route, stop and go. And now here they go. Benedictine
in the hurry-up. Taking a deep shot is Gerner. Bryan on the left sideline, caught! Zaquan Bryan down inside the 15-yard line.
Really, really good job. Looks like maybe a little underthrown by Gerner, but really good job by Bryan to go up and get this one.
What a play from Zaquan Bryan working on L.J. Hall. And that's going to be a timeout called. Ware County takes their first.
Yeah, Ware County saying uncle, uncle right now. They wanted no part of this drive the way it was going.
We saw 2 of those excellent deep ball routes from Gerner to Bryan in the corner of the end zone in last week's win against Wayne County. And when Benedictine needed a play, Gerner went back to the bread and butter. Let's take another look on the Savannah and Low Country Honda Dealers replay.
That's as good as coverage as you can have. I mean,
I don't know what you're supposed to do if you're L.J. Hall.
Yeah, I guess the only thing you could do is commit pass interference and give up 15 yards instead of however long that play was. Andrew, now it's 2:44 left in the first half. Benedictine in the red zone with first down on what looks like the 12-yard line going in. It's almost like you don't want to give the ball back. You don't want to score too quick now.
Yeah, and give it back to Castellanos, especially since Ware County receives the second half kickoff.
But and I think we talked about this before kickoff tonight. Benedictine hasn't kicked a lot of field goals this year. And so I think they're within range, but they want to score 7 here for sure.
That's going to be first down at the 14-yard line. Gerner rolling to his left. Wants the end zone. Stutter steps, reaches out. He's going to have the first down to about the 1-yard line. A 13-yard run for Holden Gerner.
So I think, if you're BC, again, no need to hurry here. Really good job. Gerner's not going to, run for 100 yards a night and be considered a dual threat guy, but he's not a statue back there. Yeah, he's serviceable.
Yeah, he is not someone who's just going to stick in the pocket. Justin Thomas, the deep back in the I formation, and that is blown dead. Let's check the penalty.
For the play, offside on the defense.
Which, it's a 1-yard penalty, basically.
All right, so take it to half the distance, closer to the goal line. And after all these pre-snap penalties on the offense throughout the night, that's sort of a change of pace, a defensive penalty. So first and goal, Gerner on the sneak. Benedictine says touchdown. No signal from the refs yet.
Clock still running. Looks like he's going to be short.
The referee still sorting this one out. And they're going to spot the ball short of the end zone.
So BC snapped that with 25 on the play clock. There's 35 on the play clock right now.
And that's going to be timeout for Ware County as Gerner in the offense was looking to reset it and snap it before Ware County could get assembled on defense. So a smart timeout for the Gators.
Yeah, I think sort of a two-pronged timeout here for Ware County and their head coach, Jason Strickland. You stop the clock, give your offense a chance, assuming BC scores here on 4th and short. But also, you get a chance to look at what BC was about to line up in, which looked like a quarterback sneak. So we'll see if that's what BC goes with here or if they got a little trickery up their sleeves.
But here's a debate that I have internally. If you're Jason Strickland, do you take that timeout there, or do you just say, all right, whatever happens, happens on this run. I want to give that timeout to Thomas Castellanos to work with in response.
Yeah, and I think, either way, I think
there's a good case for both sides, I think.
But it certainly didn't look like BC was going to milk the clock there. They looked like they were about to snap the ball and go in, so maybe he didn't need to use it there.
So this is Jason Strickland saying, look, I'm not ready to concede this touchdown. We're going to give our defense a chance to stop this. 2nd down and goal Quarterback sneak and the ball's out. No. Did a Benedictine player recover that? Yes, he did.
No
Ware County's saying that
no signal yet.
They have the ball. The Cadets are acting like it's a touchdown.
No signal. It's like
the refs haven't said one way or the other.
The clock should be running if he's short. I'm not sure why it stopped.
If you look on the left side of your screen, that ball was not snapped cleanly to Gerner. And it looked like a Ware County player had the first shot at it. And Thomas was wrestling with number 30, Jamario Barkley, to try and get that ball out of his grasp.
Yeah, it looks like Barkley dives in here from the left. Coming in, you haven't seen him on your screen
ball
yet,
almost
right here.
Hits him right in the face mask. And Thomas tries to wrestle it away. A couple of Cadets signal touchdown that Thomas had recovered in the end zone. And that is indeed what they call. They're going to call it a fumble recovery touchdown for Justin Thomas.
I don't know how you would be able to determine that without replay like we just had, but there's a chance that Gerner crossed the plane, with the ball.
Well, the ball was never in his possession. The question is, did Ware County ever secure it?
Yeah.
Did Jamario Barkley definitely touched it first? Did he establish possession, or did Justin Thomas rip it away from him before forward progress had been established?
Well, it's a new point now, and regardless, the BC offense has rolled since that opening drive.
I'm going to call it. That is the weirdest touchdown I've ever seen in person on a high school football field.
All right, I'm going to hold you to that now.
Yeah, how would you even score that? Rushing touchdown, 1 yard fumble recovery?
See, again on this replay, it certainly looks like 30 for Ware County has complete control. I don't know how else you could secure it better than that. The only thing that I can think
Jamario
of,
Barkley still has it. Justin Thomas never had possession of the ball.
And clearly the officiating crew was not sold one way or the other. They were having a tough time deciding. So, I wonder what led them to touchdown. If it wasn't the Gerner
if you
across the
weren't
plane.
looking at it from the left side,
sure,
then you didn't see what we just saw. It's important to remember, folks, that super clear replay, the referees do not have access to that. Only we saw it. So if you were behind the play, there was no way to know that Barkley had possession. So BC gets a touchdown that, quite frankly, they probably shouldn't have.
Yeah, and Ware County's last touchdown probably shouldn't have come either way, but BC up by 7. This is an important closing minute and 52 seconds here. They got to hold serve.
21-14 Cadets. And now we'll see what Ware County can do with a little less than 2 minutes on the clock.
Good coverage once again by Benedictine. And, it's not like BC's kicking it short in the kickoff game. They're getting it down there to the 4 and 5.
The freshman Rashad Conaway matriculated that one down to the 25-yard line.
Ooh, I like that word. Matriculated.
Look, we open up the dictionary. We open the thesaurus on this broadcast.
That's big time.
It's a full service. So don't forget to stick with us for the halftime show. We got highlights coming up. We got a couple of looks at other things from around the Coastal Empire and Low Country. We missed Thursday Blitz Countdown. We got a little snippet of that. All good stuff, but we got a minute 43 before we get there. And Castellanos is dancing around.
This one's coming
running
back
to about the far hash, although I don't know if it's going to matter or not. Flags thrown in the area of holding.
So it is a holding on Ware County. As I let our guy Ray Gabriel.
Hey, we can hear you from up here, Ray.
We got a holding.
But he runs a tight ship.
10-yard penalty.
I thought Ware County got away with another false start before this play even got off.
Yeah, it looked like a little hiccup. And once again, when you're on this side of the field as Ware County, the BC student section is to your right and directly across from you, whereas when you're operating on Benedictine's side, the noise doesn't filter down as well because they're on the opposite side of the stadium. And if you notice, most of Ware County's penalties have come inside their own 20 when they're next to that student section. So our players of the game might have to be the BC student section if this keeps up. Castellanos makes a man miss down to the 30-yard line. So 2nd down and 5.
So Ware County will go hurry up. That was Wilkes Albert, 32 in the middle for BC that had a chance at the tackle, but it's tough to bring down Castellanos one-on-one.
The clock is ticking under a minute. Ware County has 2 timeouts. The swing pass is to Norton. Norton falls forward just shy of the 40-yard line. And the clock stops as they move the chains. Same rules as college.
And so BC's sort of keeping everything in front of them, and they want to make Ware County go 5, 6, 7 plays to score a touchdown because of the clock.
From the 40-yard line, Castellanos looking deep, intercepted. Hollerbach on the pick. And Ben Hollerbach stops the Ware County drive cold. What a play from the senior for his first interception of the year.
First team All-Region last year, a first-team name, Ben Hollerbach with an interception to close, or at the end of the second quarter here for BC. 37 seconds now. I thought Castellanos forced that throw. He had a couple of receivers open soft, but again, that's why BC plays that soft zone so late in the half.
Well, now if you're Holden Gerner and Danny Britt, you're looking at this clock saying it's 37.3 seconds. We've got all 3 timeouts. So why couldn't we go and make this a 24 or even 28-14 game?
I think the first play here, they're going to want to keep the clock running and then start based off of how it goes.
Gerner fires the out route to Bryan, incomplete.
Or maybe not. That was a tough catch. Another drop for BC, I guess, but that's interesting here.
Well, it's 2nd down and 10, but it only takes 4 seconds off the clock.
But I wonder if you're BC, you don't want to make any mistakes here. And look, they've been prone to mistakes in the past before. I think I would be okay with going in to halftime up by 7, but it's tough to do that when you have a guy like Gerner back there.
Well, it bears mentioning that their win over Wayne County was their first game this year without a turnover.
Hold on to
Gerner gets taken down. Excellent play there by Demetrius Baldwin, and I think that will be Benedictine's cue to try and run some clock.
Well, I think a smart play by Gerner. You'd rather take the sack there than have the incomplete pass and stop the clock again.
And there is a 1 second difference between the play clock and the game clock in the game clock's favor, so the Cadets can just take this down to the half.
And if BC had, a guy that could kick field goals from 45, 50 yards, you might would take a shot.
So that is the first half here from Memorial Stadium. Are you having fun, folks? 21-14 Cadets will be back with the Savannah